What if pleasure and pain were so completely timed together that whoever wanted the maximum of one must inevitably endure the maximum of the other? You believe you want to be healed. You tell yourself that if you could strip away the agonizing weight of your past, if you could unwrite that one catastrophic night, that devastating betrayal, or that insurmountable failure, you would finally find peace. But you are lying to yourself. The cold, clinical reality is that most human beings do not want to heal. They are addicted to their suffering. They construct a sacred, untouchable altar around their trauma, using their worst tragedy as a lifelong permission slip to remain weak, unformed, and blameless. Modern psychology lulls you to sleep, selling the gentle illusion that healing means wishing the damage never occurred. But Friedrich Nietzsche saw right through this emotional sedation. He understood a truth that most minds are too fragile to stomach. To regret a single second of your pain is not a desire for peace. It is an act of spiritual self-mutilation. It is a quiet, cowardly attempt to murder the only version of you that holds any real authority. Today, we dissect the ultimate philosophical antidote to human cowardice. Not acceptance, not tolerance, but the absolute, violent adoration of your darkest fate. To test whether you possess true internal sovereignty, Nietzsche presented a terrifying thought experiment, known as the Eternal Recurrence. Imagine a demon creeps into your loneliest loneliness tonight and whispers into your ear, "This life, as you now live it, you will have to live once more, and innumerable times more. Every agony, every humiliating failure, every heartbreaking loss, repeated in exact, inescapable sequence. Forever." Would you collapse to the floor, cursing the demon? Or would you fall to your knees and declare him a god? If the thought of repeating your past horror terrifies you, it is because you are still a prisoner of your tragedy, treating your life as a mistake that requires an apology. When catastrophe strikes, the fragile mind constructs a shrine around its wounds. It adopts the identity of a victim, worshiping its own pain, while silently awaiting a savior that will never arrive. Nietzsche identified this psychological decay as ressentiment, a quiet, festering resentment against reality itself. You convince yourself that life has treated you unfairly, that your scars are proof of your defeat. But suffering is not an interruption to your destiny. It is your destiny. The tragedy that shattered you was not designed to destroy you. It was the brutal, unyielding anvil upon which your consciousness was forced to forge its strength. This brings us to the ultimate philosophical weapon. Amor Fati, the passionate love of one's fate. But let us remove philosophy from the textbooks and place it into the brutal reality of your daily life. Consider the sudden, devastating betrayal of a companion you trusted, or the suffocating, soul-crushing routine of a job that drains your lifeblood. The fragile modern human absorbs these events as poison. They drink the betrayal and let it turn them into a bitter cynic. They endure the dead-end job and let it reduce them to a mindless machine. The weak mind asks the universe, "Why did this happen to me?" The sovereign mind, practicing Amor Fati, asks, "How can I weaponize this?" Amor Fati is not the smiling, passive tolerance of a slave. It is the predatory calculation of a master. That betrayal you suffered was not a tragedy. It was the brutal, necessary eradication of an illusion, freeing you to rebuild your circle with absolute, unforgiving ruthlessness. That suffocating job is not your prison. It is merely the cold, financial engine funding your ultimate escape. Be like a roaring fire. If you throw a small branch onto a dying spark, it chokes and dies. But when a fire is vast and powerful, it consumes everything thrown into its abyss. Throw garbage, failure, humiliation, and betrayal into a raging inferno, and it does not complain. It transforms the very things meant to suffocate it into blazing heat and blinding light. Stop wishing for lighter loads. Do not merely survive your daily tragedy. Love it, consume it. Fuel your mind with the very agony that was meant to burn you to ash. The universe owes you no apologies. It offers no refunds for your stolen time. You are left with exactly 2 choices. You can spend the rest of your life guarding a graveyard of your past traumas. Or you can burn that graveyard to the ground and use the ashes to forge your empire. The question is no longer, how do I heal? The only question left is, do you possess the raw, unforgiving courage to look directly at the tragedy that broke you and say, thank you? If this clinical dissection shattered your comforting illusions, subscribe to MONOCLE Mind. We do not sell hope. We deliver the truth, no matter how agonizing it may be. I'm MONOCLE Mind, and behind every psychological chaos lies an illusion we refuse to let go of.